you could join us. I am Marcelle. I know some of you I don't. So a huge welcome to those of you that I haven't yet met personally, and I'm really glad that you could all join me on this call tonight. One huge thing I'd really like to say is please don't be shy. If you have a look down the very bottom of your screen right here, you'll see a little chat function, which is really cool, right where my finger is. So if you want to click on that now, everybody, type in hi in the chat section for me, and then do a little shout out as to where you're from, because a lot of us on this call are literally from all over Australia, and it's really cool to see where we're from and where we're connecting as well. So shout out, say hi, and let's see if we can get this chat function working. Yay, you've all found it. Woohoo. Yeah. Awesome, well done. All right, so keep saying hi as we continue on. A little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Marcelle. I am married, mum of two, another one on the way. I have been within the health and wellness industry for over 20 years, and literally came into Juice Plus at the beginning of this year, and haven't looked back, basically. My whole reason and my whole why as to why I decided to do this was literally, why not? Why shouldn't I? It's something that supports my belief and supports my business, supports my customers, supports my friends, supports my family. It was just a complete no-brainer. So the coolest thing is, especially coming and joining our call tonight, is you'll get to meet and see lots of different stories, which are very inspiring. And you'll also meet other women and men who have decided just to make that reason and decision to better their lives as well, which is great. So if you're literally sitting at home and thinking, why am I tuning in on this? All I can say is pat yourself on the back really quickly and say, well done for jumping on, because you won't regret it by the end. It's some really cool stories are coming up, and there's lots of really goodies to share. So I always think that it's a really good question to ask yourself is how you're actually feeling right now in your life. How are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you feeling your best that you could be? Do you wake up every morning and literally want to jump out of bed? Do you have Mondayitis? Or do you love your Mondays? And literally reflect on where you are with your life. Have a quick think about what's important to you in your life right now. Quickly, in your head, really quickly. Is it your health? Is it your wellness? Is it spending more time with your kids? Is it a better lifestyle? Is it being able to say yes to more? Is it being able to say yes to more to your kids? As a mum, I'm always saying no. No, not right now. No, you can't have that toy. No, you can't have that chocolate bar. No, we can't go to Disneyland today. Is there more that you actually want to turn around and go, you know what, yes, we can. There's no more. Is it more to traveling that you want to do in your life? Is it all of the above? Have a really quick checklist in your head as to what you want out of life and what you want to do. Yeah, got it? Got some ideas in your heads? Give me a hands up and say, yeah, thumbs up. You're ready? Cool, good to rock and roll. So, well, no matter where you are or what you're thinking about right now, do you honestly think to yourself that this could actually become a reality? Do you honestly believe that what you're wanting to feel in your life could actually become true? Because if things stay the way they are in your life right now and you don't decide to make a little bit of a change or make a really big change, do you think that your health, your wealth, your ability to say yes to more is actually going to happen if you keep doing what you're doing and what you've always done? Because the biggest thing you need to ask yourself is, are you ready to put your hand up and actually make a change? And ask yourself, what if? What if I tried? What if I looked at my dream and instead of attaching it to a cloud and hoping that it was there, what if I pulled it down and literally started to create that? What if I decided I don't want to say no anymore? I want to start saying yes. How does that make you feel inside? Does it start to inspire you? Does it make your heart race a little bit? Does it make you think, oh shit, what am I doing? What does it make you feel? What does it make you want to do? Does it make you want to close the door and say, nah, not for me. I'm just going to stay where I am and just not ever be happy? Or not ever chase that dream that I want in my heart? The biggest question that I think we all have to ask ourselves, and no matter what age, is literally what if, and are we ready? On this call tonight, you're going to see a couple of ladies that are going to share their stories with you. And I know a couple of these ladies very personally. And at the end of last year, they were sitting literally where we all are now, thinking of what they want to do. And they decided to make a change in their health and in their lifestyles, which as a result also changed their way of how they could say yes to a hell of a lot more, which is really inspiring. And was it a big jump? Was it a big change? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it was a big decision. Was it scary? Not really, because they pulled their dreams down off that cloud and they looked at them and they thought, you know what, I deserve it. And a lot of us have literally turned around and said, if not now, then when? Because next year I'm going to be older. So are the kids. And the year after, I'm going to be older again. And so are those kids. It felt like yesterday when my 8-year-old was born. I'm pregnant with my 3rd, and I'm thinking, holy bejeebies, when this little baby is 8, my current 8-year-old can drive him to football. That's how quick life is traveling. In another 9 years' time, my eldest could possibly miss Disneyland when he was a kid. Yeah? And those teacups aren't going to be as fun at 18 as it is at 10 or 8, are they? So if not now, then when? Whose life am I wasting? Am I wasting mine, or am I also kind of wasting my kids? Because those kids grow up so damn fast. Our health and our wealth and our dreams are so important to literally sit down and make that change and go, if not now, then when, and what the hell is holding me back? Because a lot of the time, it's my health. Am I going to wake up in the morning and go for that run, or I'm going to go to Krispy Kreme? What's going to be better? Yeah? Who can make that change but you? Who can make the change to get your coffee at 7-Eleven, or to literally turn around and say, I'm going to spend that $4.50 on something that's actually going to better my health and give me the energy instead of that coffee or that can of V? At the end of the day, our choice always comes back to us, no matter what we do. And I think the exciting thing is being inspired by so many other people around us, just like on this call tonight when you hear that it has taken a spare minute for someone to go, you know what, I've had enough too, and it's my turn right now to say, if not now, then when, and bloody hell, I deserve it. I deserve my wealth, and I deserve my health, and so does my family. So put your hand out right now if you know in your life there's still something that you want to make a change of. In your health, you want to better your health. You want to be a better mum, you want to be a better woman, you want to be a better person, you want to be a better man, because I know Dave's on here with us too. And you just want to live a better life, even better than what you're doing now. You want to have energy all day, every day. Yeah, you with me? Your hands up? Now keep your hand up if you personally, or you know someone who needs to improve their health. We're all still up, yeah? Let me know if you know someone, keep your hand up, could be you or someone else, who needs to increase their energy. Keep it up if you know someone who's depressed. Oh my God, they're all still up, right? Keep it up if you know someone who is sick. And that could be from anything, from autoimmune disease to cancer, to anything that we know. This is scary, right? Can you see this? All our hands are still up. This world needs help, yeah? Put your hand up if you know yourself or someone else that needs to better their diet, every food choice they make. Aha, 2 hands. It's getting scarier, yeah? So there's massive epidemic movement that really needs to start inspiring from ourselves, from within our hearts, and to every single person that we know, right? They say we're separated by 6 degrees of separation. Do you know how cool that is? Brad Pitt's 6 people away. Do you get that? Cool, right? He's not that fine. He's single. Well, I don't know, but you know. But if you look at that, 6 degrees of separation, you can literally start inspiring like little pinpoints on a map all these different people to start making an element of change. And if it's not change, it could even just be sowing a thought of, you know what, I do actually deserve that. I do deserve to feel better. I do deserve to live a beautiful life. And I do deserve to live the life I dreamt of as a kid, right? Put your hand up if that's still you. And if you still know people like that. Yeah, pretty cool, hey? So right now, close your eyes for just 2 seconds and ask yourself, if not now, then when? If that change is not going to happen right now, then when are you going to make that change? Is it tomorrow or is it in 10 years' time? And if it's not right now, then quickly ask yourself why. Why isn't it going to happen now? What's stopping you? And really look at your reason as to what's stopping you. Because a lot of the time, when you turn around and ask yourself what that reason is, it's pretty poor. And it's not one to close the door on, to actually make you realize that you are a hell of a lot more deserving of a better life, a better wealth, and a better health, yeah? It's usually just an excuse, not a reason. And that's the difference, yeah? Still with me on that? We all deserve a lot more. So hands on your heart. And either out loud, you can all unmute yourself if you want to, or you can say in your mind if you want to hide, I deserve all the health and all the wealth in my world and in my life, in my mind, in my body and my spirit, and so does my family. And if not now, then
hell
when?
yeah.
Love it. Good job. So, if not now, then when? Well, let's make this cycle of change and let's start making that happen. One step further. If you found a way, what if, right? I love it's my catchphrase for tonight and you're just going to know it all night. If you found a way to actually make an impact on a world, so our 6 degrees of separation, and to actually start inspiring a way that other people could also live happier, healthier, wealthier, what would that do for you? How would that make you feel? Put your hand up if better. Put your hand up if you get tingles in your heart and down your arms and all over your body. If you actually had somebody else turn around and say, because of you, thank you. Because I am healthier, I am wealthier, I can say yes to a hell of a lot more, and I've never felt better. How would you feel if someone genuinely heartfelt said to you, thank you for introducing me to another way and to a better way? What would that do for you? What would that do for you right now? If you knew just you making one little change could then inspire so many others to do that too. Even if it's one. Even if it's your little boy or your little girl. Or you know what, even if it's your husband and they turn around and after 3 days, like what happened when I gave my husband this change in our life that we introduced, and 3 days later he said, I don't really know what we're taking, but cool, this is awesome and I feel so much better. Just that little element of change. Would you take that change? Would you take that option? Would you turn around and literally say, yes, I'll put my hand up for this? Put your hand up if you would. Put your hand up if you did, or you have. Awesome. All right, well, let's find out one of the biggest changes a whole lot of us have already made, and that's to increase the amount of whole food nutrients that we eat in our diet. And to be honest, when our mums and our dads told us that fruits and veggies, we have to eat them at the table, you know what, they were right. A lot of us in this generation as parents, and I'll be honest here, we're not being mums and we're not being dads. We're not being the mum and the dad at the dinner table. We're not being the mum and the dad that literally is telling our kids, you have to eat your green beans. But I don't like them. I don't care if you don't like them, dude. You have to eat them, right? Because they're good for you. And if you don't, then eat the green peas. You don't say, okay, sure, you can have the hot dog. Yeah? There's a difference. We've got to get back to being responsible mums and dads like our generations were and like the generations were before, because there's a reason why our bodies and our cells have to be fed these nutrients. And when we don't, our system falls down. When you go to the service station, you know what's interesting? You all buy petrol for your car. We all do. But instead of us going in and buying a bottle of water for our body, which is what our body needs, we buy a V or a Mother or a bottle of Coke. Now, would you come out to your car and instead of putting petrol in it, would you tip Fanta down it and expect it to drive you to McDonald's for lunch? Do you think it would work when you turn it on? It doesn't, because that machine needs to be fed petrol, right? If that petrol's watered down, the car still won't run effectively. And our body is exactly the same. We can't expect to feel great, to work optimally, or for anything like that to happen if we don't feed and nourish our body with what nature actually intended us to have. So this whole thing of fruit and veggies is so important. It's not funny. We really need to feed our body every meal with whole food nutrients. And when we're not doing that and we're not having that enough, then we need to find a way to bridge that gap. Put your hands up if you want to know a way. Woohoo! You all want to know a way. I know there's a dream, right, for every kid, and I was one of them. My parents made me sit at the dinner table for 3 hours almost to eat green beans. I hated them. Every night, I was the last kid at the dinner table. My dinner was stone cold because I refused to eat the bloody green beans. I hated them. I'm like, Mum, give me sweet potato. I like that stuff, right? But don't give me the green beans. If I knew that there was a fruit and a veggie that came in a capsule or in a chew that would boost that green bean intake that I wasn't prepared to eat, man, I'm all for it, because it's an easier option to boost what we're currently not having enough of. And that's the coolest thing. So I'm going to throw straight across to Shannon, because Shannon has got some super cool ways which can literally increase that boost of fruit and veggie nutrients, not only in yourself, but in your family and in your kids, without you having to say, eat your green beans. So Shannon, take it away, girl.
Thank you, Marcelle. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Hold on. No.
They want fruits and veggies too, see? See how much 6 degrees of separation.
Sorry about that. I was just about to say that was a pretty hard act to follow, so that was a good way to start. Anyway, hi everyone, I'm Shannon. I discovered Fruit Plus just coming up to 12 months ago now. At the time, I was looking for something for my family. We all are pretty awful eaters. Particularly my daughter, who's on the spectrum. She has a sensory issue around a lot of food, so as a result, unfortunately doesn't get a lot of fruit and veggies into her diet. So when I saw this post on Facebook about Juice Plus, I was super excited. So as Marcelle says, you know, kids are hard to get fruit and veggies into, and this was a really convenient and simple way for me to be able to do that. So I love the product. I could rave about it for an hour. We've all had amazing results after being on it. So I'll just jump in and tell you all about them. So basically, this is our main product. I hope you can see them. But so these are our fruit, berry, and veggie caps. So basically, it's over 30 different fruits, veggies, and berries. Encapsulated, well, the fruit themselves or the veggies are picked at a peak ripeness, and then they're pulped into a pulp, and then dried at really low temperatures. So all the water and all the carbohydrates are removed in that process, and it's turned into this powder form, which is then encapsulated in these tiny little capsules. So that's done pretty instantly. So basically all of the enzymes and phytonutrients of the fruit and veggies are all encapsulated in here, and they're all kept alive. So so the capsules stop them from oxidizing. So that's amazing. So we just pop those into our mouth every day, and virtually within 7 minutes, the nutrients of all of those fruits and veggies are going into our system. So this is a proven fact. In fact, there's over 33 peer-reviewed journal writings on the effectiveness of taking these capsules. So, the produce that's used to make them are just, beyond any sort of organic growing process of most of the fruit and veggies that we get in supermarkets today. So, the soil's tested, the product itself is tested for over 300 different contaminants. And they're all grown organically, like I said, so no pesticides, herbicides, no GMOs. So amazing, healthy produce, encapsulated in a simple form so that, if you have kids or yourself, I know I struggle to get the right amount of fruit and veggies in every day. It's virtually impossible to eat that much food. Just to be able to bridge the gap, though, between what I am eating or what my kids are eating and what, our bodies need to function. So, and as I said, the results sort of speak for themselves. So, so if you have trouble with the capsules, what we do have for our non-capsulated people are our chews, and these are really good for the kids as well. So probably more marketed as a kids product. So basically it's the essence of what are in our capsules turned into a chewy form. So they're mixed with tapioca. So they're nice and chewy. There's no artificial sweeteners put into them. So unlike our, rival, chews on the market in chemists, they, they're 100% natural as well. So a really, really good way to bridge the gap with your kids as well. So the best thing about our company, I guess, is just, their compassion and their drive to, better health for people across the world. So they do have a free kids health study with every adult purchase. So you can actually sponsor a child to take the product, which is amazing. And that's for 4 years for any child up to the age of 18. So that's incredible as well. And, the results from that study so far have just been amazing. The kids are, having less time off school, visiting the doctor less, drinking more water. So, and I think craving more fruits and veggies, which is something that I've noticed with my daughter as well. So that's amazing. Now, the other product that we have is our protein powders. Now, these are amazing because they're all vegetable based. So unlike, your whey proteins on the market, they don't turn into concrete inside your stomach. So they're amazing as well. I have these every day in the morning just to boost my protein. I don't eat a lot of meat, so that's a good way to, bridge the gap with that. And my kids have them in the afternoon after school to avoid them going for all those, snacky chips and biscuits and things in the late afternoon. So they're a really good thing for the kids as well. And we're really lucky here in Australia. We have access to this amazing program, which is our Juicy Body Transformation Program. Now, this program was written by Kira Westwick, who was on MasterChef. So she's lovingly given us, over 200 of her amazing recipes. And these are really, really easy recipes to make. I'm not a cook. For me to be able to follow them is pretty special. And I think the thing I loved about it is that, with a lot of these whole food programs, it's hard to find the ingredients on a lot of these recipes. So that was the best thing, that I could just go into Coles virtually and find everything that I needed. So, and they're beautifully tasty. She's really good with working with herbs and spices. So that's amazing. And of course, there is the guide itself. So eating plans, cleansers, exercise plans, so everything that you need if, you're wanting to lose weight. There's even programs in there if you want to gain weight. So, so she pretty much covers everything and makes everything from breakfast to chocolate healthy, which is incredible. So there's really nothing off limits, no deprivation. My daughter's lost 14 kilos on the program, so I can tell you it works. We've been pretty blessed to have access to that as well. We've got some omegas coming too soon. I thought that was this month, but hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have omegas as well, which are the first plant-based omegas on the market. So that's going to be a really special moment when that comes out. I can't wait. So I think I've pretty much covered everything. Marcelle, I might hit back to
Awesome.
you.
Yeah, for sure. That was a great story. And how awesome with your daughter. That's phenomenal. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So great to hear. It really is a really cool, easy program to work with. It was definitely something I looked at and thought, oh God, I haven't got time to cook because I'm such a busy mum with 1,000 businesses and at uni and everything else too. And when I literally open them up and go, oh, hang on, this literally takes 2 seconds to make. It's on my table and I can feed my kids within 10 minutes to 15, 20 minutes. A whole family meal is done, ready to cook and eat. I was like, oh my God, yes, no brainer. And for me, especially with our capsules, like you just said, they're so jam-packed with fruits and veggies. It's like having, 2-3 green smoothies a day. For me, it's just literally that non-negotiable. It's boosting that nutrition. And especially being pregnant, why wouldn't I? Me and the baby are getting that. And it's definitely a no-brainer for me. So there's also another really cool lady on here called Annie, and she is going to share with us tonight her results and her empowering story of literally increasing fruits and veggies in her lifestyle. So take it away, Annie.
Hi, how are you, everyone? My name's Annie, as you know. I've been on the product now since January this year, and what the product has done for me is last year I suffered a bit of a breakdown. I had a very stressful time at the bank that I was working at and went off on stress leave. And then in December I had an operation, and in January I met another lady called Simone who is part of Juice Plus, and she said that maybe I would be better off if I had a look at it. So I did, and as I said, I've been taking it now for that amount of time. During that time, I've been fortunate enough to be able to go off my antidepressant medication. I no longer feel the need to take it. I didn't take it for long to start with because I just don't like taking anything like that anymore either. The product's been really good for me in as much as I had a gastric sleeve last year, so that means that I've only got a really small stomach now, and I have to eat protein mostly, so 60 to 80 grams of protein a day. So I take the complete powders. I have that as my breakfast every day. I add frozen fruits, berries, and banana and spinach and whatever else I feel like with the complete powder, and I also put my capsules in there. So I know that I'm starting each day with at least 13 grams of protein and whatever else I add to it. And then that keeps me going for all the way through to lunch, And the product also has, because I was suffering with stress, my hair was falling out. I had 22 migraines in 12 weeks from the stress, and now I don't get the migraines. I handle my stress like I don't even get it anymore. I don't notice that I do anyway. And I just feel vital, my vitality's come back. I'm a happy person, I feel 20 years younger than I really am. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever give away Juice Plus. I'll always find a way to be able to afford it, and because I'm in the business, that shouldn't be hard. So thank you.
That's amazing, Annie. Well done. Wow, you're off meds. You're increasing your whole food nutrition out of this world on a daily basis. That's phenomenal. And like you just said, you've never felt better. That's just awesome. Well done. Keep going. Well done. We also have another really special lady, and this lady is super, super special. I call her our Iron Woman. And the reason I call her our Iron Woman is because this woman literally is like Iron Man. She has a pacemaker heart, and She has just blown me away with her transformations. I will not let any of her secrets out. I'm going to let her share them with you. And she has some pretty amazing news that she hasn't told anybody from her specialists yesterday that she was hanging to share with us all tonight. So welcome, Melinda, honey. I can't wait to hear your story.
Chatting, letting everyone know about my story. So I started on the products in the program back in January of this year. So it's been 8 months, now since I've been doing everything. In that time, so when I first started, I noticed an immediate change in my energy levels. I was a busy mum of 3. I work full time, have done, since before my children were born. So at the end of last year, I was desperate. My health was really bad. And because I've got a long history of heart disease and also, with my pacemaker and everything else that comes attached with that, my body was really struggling. Everything just caught up with me the last few years, and it really showed. So everything, my insides were struggling so bad, and I'd put on a lot of weight over the last few years as well. My diet and exercise wasn't great, just because I just felt flat all the time. Every week I was just struggling, every week, and I couldn't do stuff with my family properly. I was always tired and grumpy and run down, getting sick all the time, like constantly. I work with young children as well, so I'm always being exposed to germs, as they love to share. But so everything just impacted, and it just caught up with me, and I just thought, I have to do something to improve my health. I was desperate. So when Marcelle, mentioned the products to me and told me a bit more about them, I thought, you know what, this sounds like this could be something for me, because they are all natural, and, I have to steer clear of stuff like that because of my history and my heart health. I was on medications for my heart, and also I had, a lot of inflammation and a lot of body aches and pains and nerve damage as well, just because of how so much pressure I had on my body. So I was on blood pressure medication for heart palpitations, which was really severe. I've had since I was 6 years old. Warfarin to keep my blood thin, so, stop me from having strokes. And Lyrica for all my nerve damage pain. So a nice cocktail of chemicals going through my body on a daily basis all the time. And not looking after my nutrition, everything just went haywire. So I was desperate. So yeah, started this year. I started on the products. Like I said, 3 days in, my energy levels just boosted. Amazing. I was so surprised. I thought, oh, wow, this is something, I just thought, no, this can't be happening. I've never felt like this, for ages. I just was so flat. 7 days in, my palpitations had stopped completely. Hadn't had them. I actually didn't notice it at first, and I got to the end of the day and I thought, hang on a minute, I don't feel flat. I'm not running out of breath, and I feel like I can, actually go to the gym and, do like a little workout, maybe get to my Zumba classes, because at the end of last year I wasn't even really going to a lot of Zumba classes either. I was really struggling. So it just got better and better from there. My inflammation reduced in my body. I've got like really bad varicose veins down my left leg from, having my 3 children as well. But also that was to do with the heart because of the circulation that I have. I had bad circulation. That improved so much. I couldn't sleep at night. I was like a washing machine. I would just turn and turn and turn over, because I'd be literally in pain whilst trying to sleep every night. So that's gone. I'm sleeping better. Energy levels are up, inflammation's down. But, a few more months on from now, and I've also in that time, with my weight as well, I've dropped weight because my, these products and the whole food program that I'm doing has literally woken my body up, and just thought, wow, your body's alive now. All my organs are working, and everything's just running like a well-oiled machine now. So I've dropped to date now 35 kilos. I didn't get on the scales I only got them on them the other week again, and I just dropped another 5 kilos over the last sort of 6 weeks. So that was amazing too. But for me, the best news, which was yesterday, and this tops just everything, is that I went to my pacemaker specialist. I had my 6 month checkup. I've been getting checked every 6 months because my battery that I've currently got in is starting to get low. I've had it in, be 9 years this September that's been in. This is the longest one I've actually had in. these are all my other ones. I've had 4 others in my lifetime. So next one will be number 6. You know, I've actually gone through a lot more pacemakers than probably the average person. I used to average about 1 every 5 years. They usually have to last about 7, 8, 9 years. So yeah, this is my longest one. And so when he checked it yesterday, I've got a dodgy rhythm. It's never has a great beat. It's always all over the place, or it actually stops, which is why originally they put the pacemaker in, because my heart was really struggling. It only beats 30 beats per minute, my actual heart rhythm. So my pacemaker picks up the rest, so I can actually have a normal heartbeat, so I don't drop to the floor. So yeah, when he checked it yesterday, he actually looked at me strange. He goes, "So what have you been doing? You know, it's running really well, and your rhythm's normal." And I went, "Pardon?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's normal." And he got his sidekick doctor, although that's seen me the last few times, to actually double check to make sure he was doing it right. And he's been my doctor for 20 plus years. So he's checked it again and he's like, "Yep, it's running right." And he actually done some testing and usually can't play with it a lot because he never can get it back properly because it just plays up so much. And he was able to do it yesterday and he's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" I actually told him, you know, ever since the start of the year, and I mentioned it to him back in March. It was only still quite new, and there wasn't a lot of, you know, difference in my heart at that point. But I told him back then. He goes, "Yeah, I remember you mentioning that back in March." And yeah, so I went, yeah, I'm still doing it, and I'm still taking these, you know, these Juice Plus capsules every day, and you know, eating all my whole foods and just living, you know, a more healthy lifestyle and exercising regularly because I've got lots of energy to do that now. And he goes, "Wow." And he looked at me again. He goes, "I just can't believe it." He goes, "You know, I've been your doctor for 20 plus years, you know, since you were a teenager. And, you know, and this is the first time I've actually seen your heart do this. It's, you know," and the model pacemaker that I've actually got in, he actually said to me, "I should have had it changed by now." He goes, this particular model, because they change them they models all the time. This particular model should not have been still in your body now. Like, it's still working fine. I've still got another year to go. And I was told at the end of last year that I was supposed to get it changed this year. You know, that's why he's had me on a closer watch every 6 months rather than every 12 months. So, yeah, and he said, you know, because obviously, you know, my inflammation's down, and I was telling him all the things that have been happening, you know, how I've been feeling and all the medications I've had, you know, I've now stopped. He's like, yeah, he goes, "Obviously, doing what you're doing has had a direct impact on your heart." And I was almost in tears. I just went, "I know, I can't believe it." Like, I was in shock, and my kids were sitting there watching this happen unfold as well. And they're like, "Mum, you know, your heart's getting much better," you know. And he was just amazed. And it's just been incredible. You know, I've still got battery life left in this battery. I don't have to have it changed for another year. I've lost all this weight, and, you know, I've felt as healthy as I've ever felt in my whole life. I don't have any palpitations anymore. You know, I used to go to bed and the bed would shake. They'd be that bad. You know, I wouldn't be able to sleep. So for that, that tops everything else that's happened, you know, along the way. That getting that information from the doctor yesterday, from my specialist, having him, you know, say those words about my heartbeat was just the most incredible thing. And, you know, and I didn't actually think that would be possible to actually change my health as much as I have in the last 8 months. End of last year, I just thought, oh my God, I'm heading down such a dark road. You know, I couldn't see a way out to improve my health. So, you know, I'm just so glad I found this product and that Marcelle, you know, told me about it, because I don't know where I'd be now without it. So yeah, that is my story.
Way out, wow, girl. 35 kilos down since the beginning of this year. That pacemaker is staying where it is, and your heart itself is healing and getting stronger. Like, seriously, take yourself back to the very beginning of this call when you put your hand up and your hand on your heart, and you all said to yourselves, "What could this do for me? What could this be?" Melinda did that in January. If she didn't do this and say, "I'm deserving of this, and I'm worthy of this," where could she be heading right now? That's scary stuff. To have literally Melinda's children sitting next to her yesterday, seeing these results and going, "Wow, Mum, your heart is doing it." Your heart is doing it, Mel. The pacemaker's not doing it. Your heart is doing it. What more can we ask for, guys? The power of fruits and veggies, man, this is serious stuff. Serious stuff. It's mind-blowing. It's so simple. That's how mind-blowing that is. So right now I'm going to shoot across to a really awesome woman who has also decided to step way out of her comfort zone. She literally said to herself, if not now, then when? And she did make the decision to say, what if? So Kiralee is going to share with us her why. Simply her why she decided.
Oh, I better unmute myself.
You're off, you're good.
Oh, well, thanks. Gosh, how do I follow up after that? Amazing. Sorry.
It's pretty powerful stuff. Those green beans, man, I really should have listened to them a hell of a lot more. You know, mums are always right, aren't we?
Yeah, and look, you know, I've worked in the health industry for, it's almost 25 years now. I've never seen stories like this. I think that's why it's got me so much tonight. You know, over the 25 years, I've seen countless supplements, nutritional support, protein powders, all the shit that goes around. It's in the health food stores. It's full of synthetic. I've never touched it. I've always looked at the label and thought, why are they making this stuff? I've never wanted to try it. I've never believed in it. And I've always dismissed it. And then it hasn't really been until this year when I started studying kinesiology that I really had to take a closer look at how nutrition does have a huge effect on the human body. And I had client after client, literally 9 out of 10 clients would be having signs of illness due to nutritional deficiencies. And it was up to me to help them find what nutrients they need. And my first point of call was always to advise them, well, you need to eat more. If they were deficient in vitamin C, it would also be like, oh, you need more berries and more citrus. If it was vitamin B, it would be eggs and green leafy vegetables, whatever. My first point of call would always be food for them rather than a supplement, because I didn't like the supplements that were available. It came to a point where some people just weren't able to bridge that gap with what they were eating and what they really needed, and we had to turn to supplements. So I was always on the look for something new, and it wasn't until I actually had a client come to me and said she wanted help with her fertility that I checked her on a nutritional level, thinking, oh yeah, she's going to be difficult somewhere, and she turned out to be nutritionally perfect. She was A1 nutritionally. The first time ever that I'd come across somebody who wasn't showing signs of deficiency, and when I asked her what she was doing, she told me about this supplement that she was taking called Juice Plus, and I had never heard of it before. So after she left, I jumped on Google and researched it and watched a whole load of reports, lots and lots of videos, researched it for about 2 to 3 months. Didn't see anything bad. In hindsight now, I realise I think I was looking for something just to make me cross it off my list, but I couldn't cross it off my list. It was too good to be true almost, and I thought I really want to buy some of this and try it myself before I can recommend it. It was just by pure coincidence that my friend Marcelle posted something on her Facebook page which made me think, oh, I think she's talking about Juice Plus. So I messaged Marcelle and said, what's that stuff you're talking about? It looks really good. Is it by chance Juice Plus? And she said, yes. And I went, oh my God, tell me some more. I want to get some. And she said, yeah, go for it. I bought the product. Day 3, I felt amazing. The only thing that I ever wanted to achieve from taking it personally was to have improved energy levels. I didn't even think beyond that. I've had way more improvements in my health beyond that. That was my biggest reason for starting it, and my biggest skepticism for having it was, is it really going to help my energy? And it did. So 3 weeks after taking it, I bought a franchise, and I really only bought the franchise so that I could recommend it and put orders in for my clients. But I've soon come to realise that this business is so much more than just recommending and ordering. This business is about to change my life on a financial level in a big way. I can finally now see some light at the end of the tunnel. It's not just living week to week, making ends meet, sticking to a strict budget, saying no to the kids, you can't have that. It's now, let's make plans for the next holiday. You know, we're talking more about the future because we can see a brighter future. And I kind of thought that this would just be a little side thing for me to help with my kinesiology practice, but it's on a par with that, and I'm forever grateful that I've.
You said yes, girl. Good decision.
Yeah,
Well done.
it's not just, I think for us women, when you have kids, you lose your financial independence. You give that up. And I was tired of relying on my husband. And I realised this year that I just wanted to have my financial independence back, and I can see that now. So I have no doubt that this has been the right thing for me to do. For me, not anybody else. My husband can, you know, my family can go away. This is all about me now. Yeah. Thanks, Marcelle.
Thanks, Kiralee. I think they're a really important thing, and I'm all teary here too because I'm exactly the same. We're mums and we get lost in being mums, and when you find something like this that we can now, even from our pajamas and our Ugg boots and our couch, inspire so many people in so many ways to live such a better life and a healthier life, and financially freedom as well. We find a part of ourselves that we almost forgot about, and that was the pre-mummy us. And you know what? That spirit is still inside us, and that light is still shining. And all of a sudden, by coming together and doing this all together as a group and individually within our businesses, that light switch comes straight back on. And I think that's the awesome bit. You know, we find a spirit of ourselves again. We find our identity back again. And we're not just mums. We're us who are mums, and we can then inspire our children even more. They don't just see us as mum who drives us to footy. They see us as a mum who inspires their friends' mums and so many other mums around us too. And that brings me to introducing you to Tammy. Tammy is going to take us over a really cool little overview of how our business actually works and can actually break that cycle of Groundhog Day. So Tammy, take it away, girl.
Am I off mute? Yeah. Wow. I think tonight's event has been the best event I have seen in ages. The stories are amazing, and I don't think I can actually say much more than you all haven't already said about this amazing business. But I'm Tammy, as Marcelle said, and I've been part of the business now for 13 months. And it's honestly been the best decision I've ever made in my life. 13 months ago, I ran a Mums and Bubs boot camp. I worked in a cafe, and my hubby's a musician. And like Kiralee and a lot of other people here, although, you know, we probably were doing what we loved, we're living week to week, and, you know, and just constantly saying no to our kids. And, you know, I just had enough, and life doesn't have to be that way. And I mean, unless you're on the other scale of things and go to university, become a doctor or a lawyer or someone, where you work your absolute butt off and earn lots of money, but you don't have a life. I don't know what that noise is. Can you guys hear it? It's like someone's beating the drums. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everybody's muted. Yeah, so, you know, there's the other spectrum. And for me, you know, the thought of having to work 40, 50 hours a week for the rest of my life doing a job that I didn't love, and getting paid an award wage, and I'm, you know, and I know we are all worth more than $20 an hour. You know, there had to be another way. So when Jordana showed me about this, this business side of this product, I had nothing to lose. You know, like it costs $137.50, I think, back then, and although $137.50 now that I've been in the business 13 months doesn't seem like a lot to me. But back then, I had to borrow that money to actually pay for my franchise. That's how, how broke we were. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to just quickly, because just run through how we get paid in this business. So I don't know about any of you guys in the past with any of your jobs whether you've been paid 3 different ways before. But in this business, we get paid 3 different ways. It's absolutely amazing. What I love and what I love to share. So first of all, we get paid retail profit. So when we connect a beautiful client head office with one of our customers, head office ships product to them. And we don't have to hold stock, we don't have to invoice them, we don't have to do anything. Sorry. We simply just get paid on the 10th of every month from a head office. So after that, we get paid commission. So as you introduce the business to other people and you help them do exactly what you actually get paid from their product, and what we call the beach money. So that's residual income. So while you're sleeping, you literally earn some money. And the next one is a bonus, which is the now money. So when you love on your team and help them reach their promotions, you actually get a bonus as well as they do. So I'm just going to quickly run through the bonuses at the moment because that's the fun money. And I know a couple of you are going for promotions at the moment or have last month and got your nice little bonus. So we're just going to run through the bonuses really quickly. So when you start off in the business, it's literally $165. And I don't know about you, but on a weekend out with your friends and hubby, you probably spend close to that. And with that $165, you get a website and a virtual office, so you can run your complete business from there. The first promotion that you can reach in this business is called SDVF. And when you reach that, you get a nice $400 bonus, and the person who taught you and loved on you and helped you also gets that nice $400 bonus. Can you guys see that right? When you get to SC, you get a nice $600 bonus, and the person who taught you also gets a $600 bonus. The next level, is SSC. When you reach that one, it's a nice $1,200, and the person who taught you gets $1,200 also. And I'm just going to very quickly introduce my gorgeous sister who I introduced the business to. She's SSC on her way to QNMD, and I'd love her just to share her story with us this far. Thanks, Shelley.
Hi, everybody. I'm Marcelle, as Tammy said, and I was introduced to this business through Tammy just over 12 months ago. I was nursing. I've been a nurse for 10 years in aged care. I loved my job at first, but in the end, it was getting too much for me mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I was looking for something else to do, but had no idea what I could do because I had no experience doing anything else. And Tammy introduced me to the product and the business. And at first, I was really skeptical. I thought fruit and vegetables in the capsule, that's not going to do anything for me. And she showed me more of the business side of it, and she told me about her stories with her family and the success that she had had with the product. And I trusted her, and she just said, what if not this, then what? And I said, okay, let's do it. I borrowed the money as well to buy the product and the business, and I started it at the same time. And my why was so massive, I didn't want to do nursing anymore, so I put everything into this. I asked lots of questions, so I was really teachable and had a massive desire, and it was really exciting at first, and it's changed my life. It's not easy, but it is simple. There's an awesome system that we do have, and if we follow it, it works really well. I've got a few team members now and a few customers, and I'm loving it. I have, vision for the future. I want to travel the world. I had a bit of a taste. I went to America this year in April, I think it was, with the whole lot of the team, and that was really exciting. So I've got a taste for travel now. It was my first time overseas, and so that's what I want to do. I want to travel the world, and going to Germany in December for Christmas. So I'm really excited about that. And, that wouldn't be possible if I wasn't doing this. And I'm living up the coast now again. Like, I'm back on the coast, and I'm really excited about that, being surrounded by all you awesome, beautiful people, and getting inspired more and, growing my business more. Thanks, Tam.
Thanks, Shelley. So the next level we go to is Q&MD. And from there you get a nice $1,500 bonus, and the person who taught you and loved on you gets that bonus as well. And the last level, which is National Marketing Director, you get a nice $3,000 bonus. But the person who taught you and loved on you, sorry, Geordie, will no longer get any bonuses from us anymore, or from me. And Jordana and I are both on our way to National Marketing Director in just over 12 months. So the next couple of months, I reckon the both of us will be there. And I just wanted to, just this business is so much more than just the product. I am so passionate about the business. I love the product with all my heart. But the business side of things is the most rewarding part of the whole journey. You get to meet, I've met so many beautiful people from all around the world, and you just get to meet, and like exactly what Kiralee and Marcelle were talking about earlier, as a mum, especially as a woman, you lose yourself, you lose sight of who you are, and this business helps you find yourself again and go after those goals and those dreams. And I love how we support each other and just, help each other to reach our goals and our dreams. And, it's the most rewarding decision, or not the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And I just jump out of bed every day to think who I can help. And and it's just, I love every single one of my team, and it's the best thing I've ever done. So I'm going to hand over to the awesomeness Marcelle to close for us. Thanks, Marcelle.
Thanks, Tammy. Hey, great job. Wow, guys, what a night. Yeah, put your hands up if you got something out of tonight, because that was really cool. Put your hands up if you cried. Who cried? We all cried, right? You know why we cried? Because it touched our heart. And when it touches our heart, it means that there's so much truth in it for us that is just, it's a non-negotiable, right? It's something that you literally have to go, okay, I get this, and there's just something within me that I know has to change. Yeah. So if you're curious to know even just a little bit more about who you saw tonight, myself and every other lady on this call, why we decided to go beyond our what if, and why we decided to jump outside of our comfort zone, then seriously reach out. Message us, contact us, ask us here tonight, find out more information, contact the person that invited you to this event, because we are all here to help you, and that's the coolest thing. It's literally a way that you can discover how your light can be switched on, and how your possibilities can be true, and how your dreams can come down off that cloud, and how you can hold them and say yes to a whole lot more in every way of your life, which is awesome. All you have to do really is to put your hand on your heart right now, hand on your heart, and say yes to yourself. That's all you have to do. That's your decision. Because on my heart, we have the way to show you how to do it. You don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is literally being true to your heart right now and saying, yes, this is my time to change. It's my time for me, and it's my time to deserve my worthiness, because I'm worthy of it. Yeah? So I want you all to unmute yourself right now. Unmute, everybody. And in your biggest, loudest, hands on your heart, shout, yes!
Yes!
Woo! Like I said, reach out to myself or one of us on this call, or whoever invited you, and let's make this happen. Let's turn our what ifs into bright nows. Mwah! Good night. Farewell. Ciao.
Thanks,
Hey,
Marcelle.
Bye.
Amazing.
Joining us.